Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Cut the Deck podcast with your host Isaiah, and we are here with Shiv. Is it Shiv Patel?
Yes, sir.
Shiv
Shiv Patel.
Patel, and he's a manager on the Baylor's men's basketball team, and obviously they're one of the hottest teams in the country. And they'll reach their first Final Four since 1950, I believe. And so, Shiv, just tell me how you're doing. Obviously, you're in a nice hotel in Indy enjoying the tournament. So, how you doing so far?
Man, being in the bubble, being here for 3 weeks now, almost it's been crazy. And just being a part of the team last night, being part of the Final Four team, and getting to be a part of the moment as well. It just like I'm still reliving it in my mind. Like I feel like this is a dream because we, we overcame so many hardships and we fought through a lot of stuff. Um, and just to get here now finally, and and be in the Final Four, it's probably you can say it's a dream come true. But we but but we're not stopping here. We want to become national champions.
Right. So, Big 12 basketball, do you believe it's the best conference in the country? Because I'm an ACC guy.
I, but personally, I think the Big 12 conference is a main focus on defense. Like every team you play in the Big 12, they got some hardcore defense for sure. Um, Baylor, of course, we've had a really strong defense this entire year. We kind of slipped up after our COVID pause, but back into the NCAA tournament, we're back to pre-COVID form. We're stopping teams.
Um, I guess because my friend James, when he played at Texas, obviously I paid a lot of attention to Big 12 basketball. Then he transferred to Tech. I was like, I guess I'm going ACC now. Where did you start want to be involved with the men's basketball team?
So so before I started all this, I was on a student leadership team for, for the with this group called Bear Pit, Bear Pit, Bear Pit Leadership Team, and what we did was we basically could to took care of the entire student section. We were the ones that hyped up the crowd. We were the ones that came up with chants, and we just made sure it was loud in the building for both men's and women's games. So that's where I started, and then a, a little a little into my freshman year. So we have student organizations that are recognized per game, women's and men's. For the men's games, they sit right next to the men's. They sit right next to the men's bench, and once we, I can tell you the score as well. Once we beat Texas Tech 73-62, my freshman year, we were able to rush on the court, and before celebrating, we prayed with the team. When we prayed with the team, I stood next to the strength and conditioning coach, Coach Charlie Melton, and and then I just said, "Hey, hell of a win, coach. Great job tonight." And then ever since that point, after every home freshman game, uh, I dapped him up, to talk to him for a minute or two, and then towards the end of my freshman year, I I felt like I wanted to do this. So I asked him about it. I'm like, hey, how could I get into this? And he told me what I had to do. Did exactly that. Came into fall semester, uh, reached out again, applied, and by September October, that's when I officially got in as a student manager.
Right. And so now, what are you, a sophomore, junior,
No,
senior?
no, I'm a junior.
Junior. Okay, so you actually still got another year with this great team. So Scott Drew, what is he like?
Great man. Like uh, he wants to get to know people, and Coach Drew, there's only positive things to talk about him because he's such a positive guy. He always walks around with a smile, always walking around with energy, and it's because of him. It's because of him. is what I do today. When I go around, I show off a lot of energy. I provide a lot of energy, and that's what a lot of my friends tell me. They tell me I radiate so much positive energy to where all their negatives of the day or of the week could be combated with my positivity. So yeah, great guy, humble, positive, energetic, and personally, like to me, I thought I was just a student manager, and he would just at first I thought he was just like, hey, could you do hey, could you do this for me, instead of like knowing my name. But by start of conference season in January, like late January, early February, he knew me by name, and I was like, wow, he gets to know people as well, and that's a great thing about him. And another great thing about him, I would say.
Right. And so I guess just one thing I was always interested in, Freddie Gillespie, he played for you all. One thing
Mhm.
was it last year. How aware were you of his ascension? I think from division, was it Division 3 to Division 1 or Division 2 or
Yeah, Division 3.
so how like just watching his ascension, I believe he's in the G League now. Like what do you know about that?
Man, what Freddie Gillespie did, it's unbelievable. Uh, like as a freshman, as a freshman, I only watched games. Like I didn't see like the behind the scenes, you can kind of say. But then as a sophomore, as I got in the gym, I'm like, what? I'm like, wow, this guy is in the gym 24/7, working on his game, working with the GAs on improving his aspect of the game and trying to become one of the best to ever do it. And the way he progressed, I would say, for me watching him, from in the stands of my freshman year to where he was last year, like it was a dramatic change, and that could happen to anyone. And to him now, to for him to be in G League now with the Memphis Hustle team, and their season just over, it just finished as well. But the way he played in the G League, incredible.
Definitely. So now let's get to this team. From where y'all started the season and where you all are now, did you ever see this happening? You could be honest. Did you ever feel like, okay, we might win the two? Did you ever see Final Four happening for Baylor men's basketball?
We, our goal this entire season was to win the national championship. Maceo T, Jared Butler, Mark Vital, all of them could have gone to the league. Davion Mitchell could have even gone to the league, but we all had an aspect of unfinished business, and that was to come to this tournament, dominate, and win the national championship. Um, and that's the mindset that we have right now. Like we got to the final four. That's the final four, but our goal is to win the national championship. So this entire year, we've had the mindset of winning the national championship. That's what's been making us uh more motivated, more goal driven. I would say is if you aim higher, you can get there. If you aim higher, you'll play higher. You'll play much better, and like your performance will be driven by that. I would say.
Right, definitely. So you are Jared Butler, Davion Mitchell's been a hot name throughout this tournament. His draft stock has went up. Jared Butler, his draft stock was always substantial to me. And then Maceo T, I think he last year he had some pretty substantial draft stock. So talk to me a little about Davion Mitchell. I don't know if he was off the radar, but I know now he's really on. So talk about him and his play, and I guess like his outlook. I know right now the national championship is the focus, but just talk about how his play's been, and I'm sure NBA scouts can see what he does well.
Nah, the way Davion Mitchell, he's for sure improved his game. He's taken it to another level, and like like in Dragon Ball Z, how there's different Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm telling you, he can unlock he can unlock so many more levels because
Really.
he has so much more potential in him. He's fast. He plays strong defense. He's elite. He was a Big 12 defensive player of the year. Um, he, the way he's been recently finishing at the bucket, like it's at an elite level. Like his speed is elite, and I'm telling you, this man, he is he could be one of the best combo guards in the league. Like he is a different player for sure.
How tall is he?
How tall is he? I do not know, but I can check it up for you right now. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah. Yeah, because I always want. I know he's hot on the scene, but I remember seeing Maceo and Jared, their name on the draft board substantially, and just throughout draft, I guess like draft talks.
Davion Mitchell 6'2".
That's not bad. And then he can shoot the 3-ball well, right?
He can shoot the 3-ball pretty well too.
And the crazy part about it is Donovan Mitchell, and Davion's pretty athletic, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Heck yeah, shoot you. Why am I even asking that? He's really athletic. So what's crazy is he wears number 45. Davion Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell are similar. Pre-draft, they said that Donovan Mitchell was an undersized 2 guard, but him improving that 3-point shot plus his athleticism allows him to do so. And that's crazy that Davion improved his 3-point shot is substantial above average, I would say. And then he's athletic. And so that's the thing that's gonna let Davion, like Donovan, become an undersized 2 guard at 6'2".
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy how that lines up. I think they got them mixed up on Twitter.
Yep. Dame Lillard mixed that up funnily, and that was a joke to crack for sure.
Definitely. So take us to the Arkansas game. I'm sure you on the sideline. What's going through your head? Take us through that. Matter of fact, let's start here. Pre-game. Just take us the day of the Arkansas game. What's going through your head? Because Arkansas is pretty on the hot. They were pretty hot. So just take us through before the game, during the game, after the game until now. So from day one, like what did you do like the morning of the game? Just walk us through as if you could relive it.
So Arkansas's game day, morning wake up, I'm like, wow, it's game day. And we play Arkansas at 10. And mind you, our team has not played such a late game before. Like we played a late game earlier in the season in Vegas against, I think it was Washington or Louisiana, Lafayette. But like 10 p.m. Like this is a record, like a record lateness, you can kind of say. But as the day goes on, look, I'm basically counting down in my head. I'm like, wow, we're getting closer and closer to the game. When we enter the arena, I'm like, wow, we're 45 minutes to an hour away from game time. And when that ball tips up, and then when that ball tips off, I'm like, wow, we're 40 minutes away from our season either being over or our season just continuing to go on.
Right.
And man, I'm telling you, like throughout the entire day, you can say my body was sweating. Like I had to go through two different pairs of clothes just to get to my third pair of clothes, which was like my game day clothes. But like at the end of the day, everything was sweating, and like you can say my heart was beating abnormally because I'm like this is Coach Drew's third Elite Eight, and he has so much pressure on him, and like he wants to get it, and I'm like, all I could do is pray to the Lord to be there, help our guys be there, beat Arkansas, and just let us live another week, basically another day. And that's what I did throughout the game. And in the first half, I'm like, wow, we're up 9. I think it was 9 or 11. I'm not sure. And I was like, yes, we're up. That's good. And I'm like, we got this game. But then at the back of my head, I'm thinking, no, this is just a restart to the game. Score 0-0. We have 20 more minutes of basketball, and we can't give up. And when they brought it down to 4, 64-60, I was I was like speechless. I was like, wow, they brought it down all the way from 18 to 4. I'm like, and then I remember 2018. I think since Cincinnati came back against Nevada when they were down 18, and I was like, I hope this doesn't happen to us. And then next thing you know, I, I I'm just trying to be as vocal as I can on the sideline, screaming defense, hands up, like like I'm screaming, trying to lose my voice.
Right.
And every effort to do that helped our guys become better on the court. And man, I'm telling you, when that buzzer went off, it was another like I was like, wow, did this actually happen? Because it's crazy. Like I'm still in the dream. I'm like, did this actually happen?
Right.
Because like I personally, like, it's hard to get to the final four. It's hard to go through 4 different rounds and beat 4 different teams at high levels.
Right. So what is that stress like, knowing that, like, so do you have your bags packed, like, just in case? Because I wonder what's that everyday anxiety like, yo, this could be it, or we're gonna stay another night. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to know what is that pressure like? Like, just knowing that when it ends, it's over. There's no going back to the drawing board. We can't go assess any situation. What we need to do is win. So tell me about that pressure.
Man, the pressure is always on. Like all the guys know is like, hey, this could be my last game, or this could just be one more game to get into the natty. And we've already completed 4. We got 2 more games, and I think our guys are just gonna push through it. Like, they're gonna fight through any injuries. I believe it was against Villanova, Wisconsin or Villanova. I forgot what happened. I don't know. I don't know which game, but I think I think Davion. He like someone stepped on his foot or something, and he had to come out for a quick second. He came out, stretched it out, ran around with it a little bit, got back in the game, and like I'm telling you, our guys have scratches, uh, hurt elbows, hurt ankles,
Right.
but because of our athletic trainer and how much he has of the experience of rehabbing with players, and he helping our players like to get prepared for the next game, I would say he's done an excellent job of keeping our guys healthy and ready for the next game, and like ready to go mode, I would say.
Right, definitely. I can imagine there's a stress factor there. I think we touched based on everything I wanted to touch base on as far as how you got involved. Those 3 players, those marquee players. I wanted to learn about Freddie Gillespie. I was always interested in his ascension from where he was to where he is now. Scott Drew is obviously a great coach. The Final Four. And so, who do you all have next?
We have Houston. So,
Houston.
and that the key matchup I'm looking towards is Quentin Grimes, because I remember our freshman year, he he beat us he beat us at Kansas, and then at Baylor we locked him down, but, but his teammates were able to provide. But like, this is the game. This is the game to basically get revenge on him, and I feel like we'll get our revenge. But it's gonna be a tough one for sure.
Right, definitely. Houston. Then on the other side, I forgot who's playing. I don't know.
So
My mind.
we have Gonzaga versus USC going on right now, and then we have Michigan and UCLA later tonight.
Oh gosh. Yeah, March Madness. It's crazy, right? Emotions running high. I mean, I'm actually gonna go check out those games and do some things. But yo, Shiv, appreciate you. That was great. I just wanted to learn a little about Baylor men's basketball, and I actually wanted to talk to you and get some insight, just on how the team is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like where you are now, and I just want to see what it's like in that bubble, so to speak. And good luck with the tournament. Go Bears. Um, actually, I'll go to Mercer for the Bears too. So I have no
Yeah.
choice for the Bears. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is this. When you all play tomorrow, I believe. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm definitely supporting from afar. Definitely gonna be tuned in. Hope you all get the dub against Houston. Appreciate you, Shiv.
Appreciate it. And
Anytime.
we actually play Houston on Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. Oh, so you had me stressed out because I'm like, bro, tomorrow. But now you all got so much time to just,
Mhm.
watch a lot of film. And if anything, encourage the guys to watch a lot of film, read in on every key you could, and just, be that Baylor basketball team that got y'all this far.
For sure, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Shiv. You have a nice day.
You too, bro.